Alrighty, it is Sunday, which means there are going to be some special twists in the kingdom. Here we see include sale. Cards cost one less. Just all the cards, except the zero cost cards, which already cost zero. But all the kingdom cards, all the basic cards are cheaper. That seems like a pretty big effect. There's also a stamp on crop rotation. Second cube. You can place a second cube in this project for double the effect. Normally projects, you buy them once, and then you get this effect for the rest of the game. This is saying in this special case, you could buy this twice, and then potentially resolve this effect twice per turn. Maybe that'll come up. This is my second playthrough of this. I will upload the original one, just post a link to it in the description. The game was actually very close. I don't know that I played it optimally, but I did eke out a win. Unfortunately, the video quality was very low, so here I am re-recording in hopes of a better final product. Take a look at the kingdom. There is draw in the form of Masquerade. The trashing effect of Masquerade is optional. If you're not trashing a card, the Masquerade is like +1 card on net. There's also a village with Wealthy Village. So you have a little bit of villages and a little bit of draw. Trashing here, we have just a ton of top tier trashers. Bounty Hunter, Treasure, Hermit, Masquerade, Cage are all very good at getting thin. So the easiest thing to do here is clean out your deck. And then plus buy, there's Grand Market. And then Wealthy Village comes with loots, most of which say plus buy on them. Madman is a card you get from Hermit. Technically also this is a village and a draw card, but it is a one-shot card, so you generally can't build around it. And then crop rotation also kind of sort of draw, but it's only once per turn, or twice per turn in this case, and requires you to have a victory card in starting hand. So I think the hardest thing to figure out about this kingdom is like which two trashers to open with. You get the 4/3, I believe. Let me double check that. Yeah, 4/3. But that's really like a 5/4 here, given that everything costs one less. So I think like any two of these 5 cards look pretty reasonable. Bounty Hunter, Treasure, Hermit, Masquerade, Cage, all look very strong. In my original playthrough, I went with, I think, Hermit plus Bounty Hunter. And then the plan was to use the Hermit to get an early Cage, buy crop rotation, set aside a bunch on Cage, and then take Wealthy Villages, with Copper, Silver, and Cage being the 3 treasures. And that worked out okay, but I'm not sold on that being worth it. The bot just went with Bounty Hunter and Treasure, which is another opening that I'd considered and then ended up rejecting, and then just took a stack of Grand Markets. And the bot was very close to winning, and I'm kind of inclined to say that general strategy is probably better than what I did. So I'm going to try that here. Just forget the Wealthy Villages, not bother with any treasures, and then use Grand Market as the main plus buy and payload. I'm not sure if that means Bounty Hunter and Treasure is the right opening, but it might be. I think the other opening I would consider if the plan is to get to Grand Market fast would be maybe like Treasure plus Cage. Bounty Hunter and Treasure are both good cards at thinning you a little bit while getting you to high price points, which is good, but they're neither is great at thinning you out really fast. And so like conceivably Treasure plus Cage, you set aside 4 cards, you get really thin really fast. You really want all the coppers out of your deck ASAP with Grand Market, given that you're not going to be using them. I'm going to try that. Not that I think there's anything wrong with the Treasure or Bounty Hunter open. But I'm going to give this a shot. Alright, I set aside 4. Trash a copper here. And take a Bounty Hunter now. Now if I manage to collide the Bounty Hunter and the Treasure, that's enough to afford a Grand Market. The bot bought a Wealthy Village, which in this case is just a village. You're not really getting the wealth out of it. Interesting. The bot only has the 1 terminal. I didn't mention Inspiring at all. Inspiring is on Bard, which is unfortunately an uninspiring, inspiring card. There's trashing again, and don't know what I want most here. Alley maybe? There's not a whole lot my deck needs to do until I get to Grand Market. Please don't be on bottom treasure. Oh no, it can't be. The bottom card is the alley, and then the second last card is treasure. So I'm 100% guaranteed to get to Grand Market here. Take the key. I'm not sure I need the key, but I also don't really need to trash coppers given how thin my deck is. And I would like it if I force the bot to take the key back when it's less thin than I am. All right, 2-2 on Grand Markets. Have I exiled a copper yet? I don't think so. No. So this is probably going to be 2 more Grand Markets here, because I'll be making plenty of money. Another wealthy village. What is that doing for you? Again, the bot only has 1 terminal action card in its entire deck, the single treasurer. The first wealthy village was the less surprising of the two. That suggested maybe it plans on adding a second terminal, like another treasure or a masquerade or something. And then it just added another village. I can't explain that. I'm expecting Grand Market plus Masquerade. Nope, we just want another treasure now. And what? And a second, I don't really understand that buy. I think the deck is thin enough to not need a ton of sifting, but maybe I'm mistaken about that. Oh, I got the key already, how exciting. So my deck is now super thin. I should consider adding maybe a few more stop cards. I've got 2 total cards in my deck that I need to draw. I could do like 2 Grand Markets and 2 Fool's Golds maybe to add a little money. I could do 3 Fool's Golds and a Grand Market, and I can't add a second treasure. Maybe a Duchy. I'll just exile the Duchy. If I do 3 Fool's Golds plus a Duchy plus a Grand Market, I can't quite draw everything. Got 6 total cards. But I could just discard the Treasurer, which would probably be the least important card in that case. Yeah, I think that's fine. Oh, I popped my... I'm gonna be honest, I totally forgot that I had a cage. This is fine. We will live. Fool's Gold. Just the one, curiously. Probably want crop rotation now. Maybe I'm even clicking it twice. How badly do I want those last 2 green markets? They look nice, but they're not the biggest deal in the world. Oh, you know what else I could have considered, actually? My cage. It's been rescued. That kind of solves the copper problem, doesn't it? Yeah, so maybe 2 green markets. And a crop rotation. Province, double fool's gold. I don't know, I'm making this up as I go. Unfortunately, I didn't find either of my 2 victory cards on top. Alright, so the bot ended up with 3 of the green markets, looks like. Given I got these coppers in my starting hand to return, I would not mind adding maybe a village plus a masquerade. I could see scenarios where I do that. Did not mean to click you. Ooh, that's a nasty draw. I found only 4 of my grand markets. Do I want loots? I can always keep 1 copper in my hand if I want to loot. I'm about to whiff on crop rotation again. I don't have any victory cards down there, I don't think. Let me just undo a bunch of this. Take the cage, set aside both victory cards. Did not mean to set aside the fool's gold. Take a second crop rotation and a province and another alley. Now I've got 2 victory cards on top. The bot could at any point take that cage out of the trash and stop me from doing this every turn. So far it's been playing nicely. Unfortunately, in case it wasn't obvious from the pace of the bot's play, I've had to switch back to my old computer. I think that the lagginess problems I've had the last 2 days are a result of my new laptop. And until such time as I fix that, we're playing on the old device again. My old device just can't quite handle Hardbot's thinkiness. Alrighty, crop rotation. Double crop rotation, how exciting. Okay. Not exiled the province yet. Okay, and this went a lot better than my first run. I believe the previous run was also 12 turns, but I won by like the skin of my teeth. In that run, I had prioritized Cage, 1 copy of Silver, then Wealthy Village and Masquerade, and I think I'm kind of convinced the Grand Market stack is just the better way to go. Still not sure I did that quite optimally, but this feels closer to the correct deck.